Hello and welcome to my Twin Flame journey. I am Shine and this is going to be the weekly reading for Twin Flames and Soulmates. It is from May 14th until the 21st. Please keep in mind that these readings are general, so take what resonates and leave the rest. If you'd like a personal reading, all the information is below. Also keep in mind that masculine and feminine stand more for energy than gender. So again, whatever side resonates with you, that is your message. What is the other thing that I wanted to say? Masculine. Oh, and the same goes for the gender of the people on the cards. Again, if it sounds like something that you're doing or thinking or feeling, then it's you, regardless of the image or the sex of the person on the card. If it sounds like the other person, it's the other person. What we have here is what is going to be the overview for the week. Spirit's advice in regards to it. What are any challenges or obstacles or lessons that need to be learned or overcome in order to heal the situation? What is the masculine thinking? What are they feeling? What is the advice? And the same is for the feminine. What advice for the masculine, advice for the feminine, and then of course we'll clarify either using the Sibyls or I'll use the red deck over there. And if I use the Sibyls again, I might have to refer to my notes, but I always refer to my notes because as I mentioned before, there are so many meanings for the cards and there are so many people watching that I try to give as much information or scenarios that are possible, which is probably why my readings take so long. But I figure the more I give, the more help it might be to different people. So I wanted to throw that out there as well. So let us see what's going on. The overview for the week is going to be the King of Cups. Oof, the Magician in the reverse. And then we have Judgment in the reverse. We have the Fool in the reverse. We have the Five of Cups. We have the High Priestess in the reverse. And then we have Five of Pentacles in the reverse. And then I'll read the advice afterwards. Well, right off the bat, I mean, there definitely seems to be, as usual for many people, this is kind of there's a shift that's happening here. Perhaps the one that was doing the running is now having the chaser energy or wanting to again invest where they weren't investing before. And the one who was investing before is unsure of the situation or very sure. You know, perhaps again, things were left too long. People didn't hold themselves truly accountable for their actions. People's apologies were vague or again reflected non-accountability, letting someone sit in their sadness and pain of what happened, again, without having heart-to-heart conversations when things happened, again, sweeping things under the rug, downplaying things, as we spoke about before. The masculine realized that that behavior backfired, and they were kind of feeling the loss of this relationship because, again, whatever old tactics that were used in the past when you guys were together, they tried to use it again when you guys were apart. And because this side kind of woke up, they weren't accepting that anymore because, again, they learned the lesson. And now the masculine seems to be learning the lesson that, again, we cannot live a life of deception. We can't treat people as means to an end. Being in codependent situations where our needs are being met, living, financial, whatever, and voids are being filled, again, pacifying that wound of being afraid to be alone, just having someone there, but not really loving that person or giving to that person, much in the same way that they kind of were before with the past person. But again, this was a lesson that was needing to be learned by the masculine, that this kind of stuff with this self-preservation mode or these wounding behaviors that stem from childhood wounding, again, defense mechanisms, however they've approached relationships in the past. Again, this was a lesson that they need to learn, that doesn't work and that doesn't serve anybody. And it causes a lot of pain, especially lies and deception. It breaks trust. It ruins relationships. And it's very hard to get someone's trust back, most especially if you haven't been holding yourself accountable. Again, you try to downplay your role in the relationship's demise, still telling lies to cover up lies, all of that stuff, all the things that we've been discussing. So this is kind of a point where I think a lot of masculines are really learning the lesson, wanting to change, wanting to be forgiven, and wanting to go back to what they realize that they lost. But again, some feminines are either some have moved on or they just don't trust this person anymore, don't trust putting their heart on the line. So we have here the King of Cups, and we have, which is all about someone who's doesn't repress their emotions, has learned to accept and deal with them in a mature manner. Again, going through an experience and maturing through it, realizing certain things, mastering one's feelings, balanced emotions. It's also strong bonds in a relationship based on temperance or understanding. Again, being able to see the consequences of our actions, kind of understanding another person's perspective now, again, because we're learning lessons. Being considerate in our dealings with others, being level-headed, using the emotional intellect to make smart decisions. Again, realizing what we had, what we lost, what we want, what we need to change. Someone who's wanting to express their feelings. But then we have the Magician in the reverse, which, on the less bad side, it's just about feeling like not having what you need in order to manifest what it is that you want. It's also trickery, manipulation, deceit, greed. Again, perhaps following one's, I would say greed, but whatever the masculine was pursuing in running away from this situation, which is basically running away from oneself, especially if this was karmic and the mirror was being held up and people didn't want to change, or they didn't want to see anything wrong in the way that they were doing things or how they were treating people again. So they ran into a situation where their usual things could continue, again, because they still had that karma that they needed to transcend, lessons that they needed to learn. But again, if you're dealing with someone who's coming in trying to offer their love now, and in the past they were manipulative, there's again a hesitancy or a not trusting the offer that's now coming in, because it seems kind of out of left field or out of nowhere, or a complete change in the way this person was behaving before. So again, there might be suspicion, questioning people's motives. It's also about confusion, impatience, lack of a clear plan, need to realize where we're focusing our energy and our attention. You know, what are our objectives? Again, questioning people's motives, perhaps. It's also about how do you want others to see you? You want to see the people to see you as a person who's manipulative, who can't be trusted, or a person who's willing to put in all the efforts, using everything that you can in order to manifest the future that you want or to become the person that you want to become. Um, the judgment, you know, is in the upright deals with, you know, wake up calls, um, using good judgment. In the reverse, could be using bad judgment. It's also self doubt, a refusal to self examination. Again, not willing to look at ourselves and the things that we do and how that plays a role in the way our life is unfolding, the way our relationships are, the way we think about ourselves, all these things. It's a need to self-reflect, to kind of gain a better perspective on what needs to change. It's also guilt. It's the confusion around a judgment that needs to be made that can cause you to miss an opportunity. Because again, it's difficult because again, when trust has been broken, people don't want to repeat or to get hurt again. And that's why I always mention too with these things, you have to, and Spirit also says to try to let go of control issues and allow people to show and prove themselves, allow situations to unfold naturally. You can't rush back into something that was traumatic or had a really bad ending or there were lies and such, because again, trust needs to be built over time. Healing takes time. Love needs time to grow again, if it can grow again. But Spirit is always trying to have us heal what needs to be healed so that we can be open to whatever possibility comes in, using sound judgment, of course. Know what you're dealing with. Um, don't just take people at their words. Again, consistency, actions and words being backed up by consistency over time. This should give you a sense of yay or nay in regards to a situation. If you are having any doubts or if you are fearing making the wrong judgment, unsure of the ability to manifest something with someone who probably in the past was deceptive. It's a momentum that has been accumulated that could propel you further. So again, if you've gone through a cycle, there's an opportunity here for some people to reconcile and begin a new cycle, applying the lessons learned, etc. And that's why if you're meant to be, if you're twin flames or your soulmates that are meant to be in a lifelong partnership, you know, this could be that moment where that path of destiny is decided upon, you know, what path we're going to take. It's needing to have confidence, or again, we might miss an opportunity. So if you're feeling a lack of confidence, like you don't have what it takes, it's like, don't let that hold you back from pursuing something or going for something. You know, don't let fear keep you stuck. Judgment is also not allowing enough time to get to the heart of a matter, to learn from one's mistakes. So again, don't rush into anything. It's also unhappiness, difficulties, isolations, consequences of past actions to learn valuable lessons. Again, if you were manipulative or deceitful in any way, this was again a lesson that you needed to learn, and you're facing the consequences of your actions and your choices from the past. It's also a fear of important decisions, unwilling to accept change, so staying in stagnation instead of growth, a reluctance to let go. Either it's of our pride, our ego, our fears, pains from the past. It's like time moves forward with or without you. You know, the universe moves with or without you. So it's like, don't stay stuck, don't stay stagnant. Try to go with the flow of life, go with the cycles of life, so that again, you don't hold yourself back, you don't prevent opportunities from manifesting. And speaking of opportunities, you know, we have the Fool, which is all about taking leaps of faith, embarking on new journeys, new beginnings. But in reverse, it's fear of taking a risk, fear of taking a new chance, not wanting to make foolish choices again, wrong judgments. Fool in reverse is also total disregard of the consequences of your actions. So perhaps in the past, again, this all kind of goes with the King of Cups. This is something that they went through, that they learned, that they're facing the consequences of their actions and their choices. They're realizing their mistakes, and now they're wanting to come in and offer their love. You know, acting like a fool. It's a need for due diligence, a need to prepare for any challenges that might come about. Again, don't leap before you look, kind of things. Just being wise in whatever steps that you're taking next. It's also uncertainty, again, unsure of where something is heading, insecurity, again, insecurity in regards to, you know, fears of taking leaps of faith. Because Five of Cups, you know, there was sadness, loss, depression in regards to this situation on both ends, most likely. Um, you know, again, focusing on what was lost, focusing on the past, but not seeing the two cups that are behind, which is like the Two of Cups. You know, the opportunity for these two cups to come together, to offer one's cup. Or maybe someone's trying to offer their cup, but we're still kind of focusing on the pains of the past, because again, maybe things weren't resolved the right way. They weren't resolved in a timely manner, you know, when things happened. Again, maybe people were left to kind of sit in this pain and in this sorrow and weren't getting anything from the other side, as we've seen for months. I've been doing this since last August. And a lot of it has been the feminine been trying to resolve things, to get answers, to have talks about what happened. The masculine downplaying things, sweeping things under the rug, not holding themselves accountable, not even engaging in heart-to-heart conversations, two-way conversations, you know, trying to help heal a relationship or situation at the time that things went wrong. So again, this is why there would be doubts or hesitancy, distrust, or lack of even wanting to engage again, because they were left to feel like this for so long. You know, and perhaps this is the masculine also feeling regrets and everything over their past actions. You know, it's about difficulty, loss, despair, grief. You need to focus on the two cups that are still standing. So again, not miss new opportunities that might be here for us. It's disappointment, wallowing in self-pity and regrets of what was lost, pessimism, disillusioned with life, trouble letting go of the past and learning from mistakes, self-blame, a need for forgiveness and release, reflecting on lessons and moving on. Try to have the glass half full perspective. And then we have the High Priestess, which is all about intuition, higher powers, higher perspective, higher selves, messages that might be coming in, the subconscious, mystery, secrets, the unknown. In the reverse, it's about hidden agendas or secrets coming out, or not listening to one's inner voice or intuition. It's a need to reflect and meditate, important answers that lie within, and we need to seek them out. Perhaps you've lost focus on your own needs, a need to take time out for yourself, repressed feelings, over-reliance on opinions of others, excessive needs of approval or validation, needing confidence or in deeper knowing within oneself. It's gaining knowledge, spiritual knowledge, again, spiritual awakenings, evolving in one's thoughts, perspectives, oneself, having gone through a situation. It's also a need to not ignore the truth. Now, Five of Pentacles is all about feeling left out in the cold. It's also financial issues. In the reverse, it's recovering from that. Perhaps, there's been a lot of codependency issues. There's been a lot of people having trouble manifesting new beginnings because they haven't had the financial resources in order to do so. So perhaps that is changing for some, which is why they're coming in now, trying to offer their love. It's the end of difficult times, finding a new source of income, job, or help from others, feeling more optimistic, seeing a way out of money woes. It's also feeling isolated and alone, feeling like something is off or out of place. May have put too much emphasis on the material and neglected one's spiritual well-being. Again, entering into codependent relationships, again, for voids to be filled, needs to be met, but it wasn't based in love. It wasn't allowing you to grow. It just allowed you to stay in another karmic situation where you were stagnant for however long. But obviously, reflecting on things now, realizing stuff, shoulda, woulda, couldas, and now feeling like wanting to make a move, wanting to make a change. But again, some people might be unsure if that's even possible now, because again, they might have let things sit for so long. And again, it depends on the people. Depends on the situation. I never try to put a happy bow on everything. Not everybody's going to get back together. For some, it is too little too late. It just, again, depends on your situation. But don't let the fear of the unknown, or is it too little too late, to keep you from making an effort, because you won't know unless you try. And either way, lessons were learned. People have grown and changed. So, and there's the kids. So, the karmic scales are balanced regardless of whether or not you come back together. The main issue was learning the lessons for you both individually on your journey. Now, Spirit's advice in regards to this is higher power, which kind of goes with the High Priestess, following one's higher. Jeez. The liveliness of youth, huh? Wish they can bottle and sell that energy, right? And then we also have don't stop. And it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So we're going to read higher power. What in the world? Should I close the window? Hold on. Close the window. It's too noisy. Wow, what a difference. Let me close the window. Sorry, but I'm sure people don't want to hear. As joyful as the sounds of youth is, people want to hear the reading, not kids playing in the park. So let's look at higher power, which is number 4. Essential meanings: conscious contact with a higher power, the presence of the divine, seeing source energy in all things, committing to a partnership with spirit. The Oracle's message: this card reminds you that you are more than a person trying to get ahead and make things happen for yourself and others. You have an immortal soul and are gifted with a human life through which a higher power can express itself. At this time, you need to be conscious of your connection to spirit and foster it through prayer and meditation. Ask, what is the highest good for all? How can I serve? Then get out of your own way and trust that there is a plan for your life more wondrous than you can ever know. You are always protected and divinely directed. Relationship message: it's time to address how much effort you give to your relationship with your higher power called God, Goddess, Spirit, or any other name that is sacred and holy. Recognize that your partnership with Spirit is your number one priority. The appearance of this card also indicates that there is a deep spiritual bond between you and another person who is essential to your growth and evolution. Tend to your spiritual connections and remain aware of your true nature. Prosperity message: sometimes your work just flows through you. Ideas come rushing in, and inspiration bubbles up from a wellspring you didn't even know you could access. When you enter agreements, begin projects, and negotiate deals with Spirit as your partner, you will always succeed. Let your higher power lead. The synchronicities and intuitive nudges you feel will help you see the way you are being pointed, giving you confidence to move forward in the right direction. Don't forget to give credit where it is due. You wouldn't be a success without Spirit's guidance. Humility will serve you well when this symbol appears. Protection message: now is the time to examine what you are giving energy and attention to in the back of your mind. If you're obsessing about being right, about old resentments or failed expectations, about money or about any other people, places, or things, these will be the source from which you create. But you want Spirit to be your source. Take heart, for your higher power will never desert you and is always waiting for you to remember the sacred partnership you share. Turn away from other sources of power that don't serve your highest good. There is no greater source than Spirit. You can always surrender your troubles and trust that they will be taken care of. You are in good hands. So a couple of these really kind of hit on this here about soul contracts, soulmate unions, twin flame unions, the higher meaning behind it all, behind the things that we go through, the lessons that we need to learn because we need to shed certain karma that we incarnated with from past lives or things that have built up in this life. It's about understanding the bigger picture of why things happen and what it is that we need to look at in regards to the experience and what it taught us. What is it that we need to change in order to have better outcomes in regards to the direction of our life, whether it's career, family, friends, or love? How we are present in those situations, what we give to it or what we take from it. And I don't mean take from it in a positive way. Well, it could be, what do you take from it? What do you learn? But it's also about balance. One can't be doing all the giving and one doing all the taking. It's realizing again that relationships are about 50-50, equal contribution, financially and emotionally. It's about balance in learning that lesson. And again, seeing the higher perspective in things. Knowing that Spirit's always rooting for you, always hoping for peaceful resolutions, always hoping for healing to happen within you so that you can have what it is they know that you deserve. But you have to realize what you deserve, and you have to believe that you deserve that. And that comes from always having self-love and self-respect, not settling for anything less, not doing things that are going to self-sabotage us or that are hurtful to us and others. It's all about learning. Now, whatever this experience was, they're trying to have you see that, and to also appreciate the teachers that you have, even your enemies, even the people that cause you pain, because it was meant to teach you something. Now, with them saying, don't stop and it's safe for you to love, perhaps again, whatever's transpired here, they're wanting you again to take away the higher meaning behind it all, and to not be fearful of the next phase, the next steps, fearing making the wrong judgments, not feeling like we have what it takes, not wanting to take leaps of faith because we don't want to be hurt again by lies, etc. We don't want to be left out in the cold again. So to open oneself up to love, whether it be new love or someone from the past trying to come back, it can be scary. But they're trying to tell you, don't be afraid. It's safe for you to love. Open your heart. But be discerning. Again, I'm not saying, open your heart to this liar manipulator. I don't know your personal situation. Know what you're dealing with first. It could be just about learning a lesson from this situation and being open to someone new, something better. Or be willing to forgive and work things out with someone who you went through something with in the past, if, again, they're showing and proving with actions, words, and consistency, and accountability, heart-to-heart conversations. You'll know by how you feel and by how they present themselves what the next steps could be. Don't stop. This is not the time to give up. Continue to move in the direction of your hopes, dreams, or plans. You are on the right path, and you should see progress as long as you stay the course. It's very important that you stand your ground and believe in yourself. Don't let others intimidate you into quitting. Just because they don't have your vision doesn't mean you shouldn't follow your heart. And then, of course, we have that. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. It's safe for you to love. Now, what the masculine is thinking is we have the devil, and then we have the moon in the reverse. Now, the devil deals all about the shadow stuff. It could be, addictions, obsessions, feeling bound or trapped to something or someone. Usually this is the karmic energy here that we're needing to work through to free ourselves from. The devil is also the scapegoat, the person or thing that one projects the inferior side of themselves to feel better. A scapegoat to blame our troubles in life on. Again, not holding ourselves accountable. We are where we are because of choices and actions that we took. Nothing else. Once you realize that, then you take back your power and know that whatever choices and actions you make in the future are, again, manifesting your destiny, the course that you are choosing. Some things are out of our control, but a lot of things are in your control. And you need to take back control of yourself, of your thoughts, of your feelings, of your actions, of your emotions, whatever. Accountability goes a long way. Because in the end, like I said, you're responsible for you. You're responsible for the energy that you bring to others, and you're responsible for the energy that you allow into your space. There is no all one person's fault. It takes two to tango. Something that sucks the life out of you. losing vitality and life energy. Again, addiction. We could be addicted to. We have codependency over here for the feminine too. And the devil is all about codependency. So it could be two people feeling like they're in a karmic situation or feeling bound to something, or again, are in their shadow aspects of themselves that puts them in the karmic energy. Fear being a big thing. And that fear doesn't just stem from, stuff that we've experienced in our adult lives or in this past relationship, fear of going back into something. The fear is always deeper because obviously the troubles that arise in this situation stem from some sort of childhood wounding. Because again, what did love look like to us as a child? How do we feel about ourselves? And how do we project that energy out and attract the situations or the people that we seem to have attracted in our lives? Again, being able to look back, connect the dots, see the patterns, get the aha moments, realize the common denominator in all of our situations was ourselves. So again, what is it about us that has to change so that we stop getting these shitty results again in our life, in our whatever? It's all about feeling again confidence, courage, self-love, knowing that you deserve better, that you want better, and going for that, and not allowing yourself to stay stuck in the devil energy or the codependent energy, because again, it just holds you back. Because bondage is voluntary. Again, you're never truly stuck. It's all in your mind. The longer you stay in something, the worse it becomes. Only crisis can break it. Again, that would be more like the tower coming in and knocking it down because it's something that's got to go. That's when the universe says, all right, enough. If you're not doing the action, we're going to do the action for you and force you into change, force you into growth. Again, it's negativity or constraint. It's deceptive, lack of control, feeling like we don't have control, but we do. Our free will, self-imposed. Again, staying trapped because we're telling ourselves there's no other way out. But again, where there's a will, there's a way. And when you are determined and when you really want something, you have that tunnel vision and you have that drive and focus. You know from in the past, whenever you've applied yourself in that way, that you were able to manifest something. But a lot of times we sit in that stinking thinking, and that keeps us stuck. Feeling hopelessness here, pessimism, needing to take back your power. It's also obsession, overinvesting, unhealthy bonds, materialistic desires. Again, perhaps following as I mentioned here, not following our heart, but following again our ego, our karma, our wounding, our whatever, by re-entering into another karmic situation. That's not following one's heart. That's following one's fear. That's following one's lack of wanting to deal with ourselves. It's following the same patterns that we need to break out of. So we need to get out of this devil energy. The masculine could also, again, be feeling stuck in their codependent situation, whatever situation that they're currently in, that they're wanting to leave. But again, still trying to figure out a way how to do that, because we have the moon here, which is all about secrecy, deception, perhaps the truth needing to come out so that we can get out of our codependent situation or free ourselves from a situation that we feel stuck in or bound in. It's the releasing of fear. It's also unhappiness, depression. The masculine could be feeling depressed about all of this, as we have here 5 of Cups. It's also by freeing ourselves, saying what it is that we need to say, doing what we need to do. We can feel like a weight is being lifted from us. It's the need to free oneself from limiting beliefs, liberation, transformation, unhappiness with the present situation, as I mentioned here, maybe feeling stuck in their current codependent situation. um, lack of direction or confidence, a need to pay attention to one's intuition, to see things differently, to gain a different perspective, that you have the power to free yourself. It's just about learning how to get out of one's own way, which is the biggest problem that we all face. Um, so that is the masculine. Now, let me see if I can. I don't know if I want to use these or these. Let's do a couple clarifiers. Let's see, the devil. Oh, the devil. The devil, we have Denati, which is all about, money, investments. And then we have Grand Consolacion, which is sitting around in our thoughts. The choices we need to make. He's got a little money bag here. He's got a ring here. I don't know what this is. Some kind of leaf hat like the Romans used to wear. But it's about choices. This kind of reminds me of the Seven of Cups, or sitting around daydreaming, wishing and hoping to manifest all these things that are in our heads, wondering if we've waited too long in order to manifest these things, or are we able to get what we want after waiting for it for so long. Perhaps we've been waiting for money to come in, and in order to make some kind of commitment to somebody or to leave a situation. We have Donna Maritata, which is about the married lady. It's also someone that, we have a commitment to. You could be married to this person, or you want to marry this person, or again, it's just a relationship that you're in. So again, this could be the masculine feeling stuck and bound in his codependent situation. He's reliant financially on this person, or being with this person for financial reasons, wondering how they're going to get out of it, or wondering if they're able to manifest their own finances in order to let go of their fears or get out of their situation, to make some kind of offer to someone that they want to be with, that they want to spend their life with. Let's see, the moon. So that flip, the moon, we have La Donna de Servizio, which is the servant, the helper, someone who's reliable, who can assist us. This card also comes out a lot too, and I'm noticing in codependent situations, again, being with someone because they were helping you financially, living situation-wise, and perhaps feeling depressed, being reliant on that situation or on that person, feeling stuck, like you're unable to get out, living our regrets. We chose the wrong person, the wrong situation. This is also, about lies coming out, possibly in regards to why we were in a situation. Again, for codependent reasons, financial reasons. And also we have Prigioni, which again is about feeling stuck. Same as here. And then we have L'Amante, which is the male lover, but in reverse. So this is somebody who could have been deceptive in regards to their love. Again, saying you love someone, entering into relationships for the wrong reasons, you know, making the other person think that it was for love, but really it was just so you can have a place to live, or, you know, financial support in some way. This is like the player card, you know, this in the reverse. It's also about a loss of love for someone, or maybe feeling stuck and trapped in a situation again. Let me see this. The male lover in reverse. Unfaithful. Someone who's unfaithful, behaved in a way that was possibly immature. You know, the player Romeo type again. Someone who's troubled internally. Could have all kinds of stuff going on. Childhood wounding, psychological things, you know, depression, could have narcissistic tendencies, again, that stem from childhood wounding, or a full-blown narcissist. Who the hell knows what you're dealing with here. Because that is a person who will definitely enter into relationships just so they can be benefiting somehow. Again, treating people as means to an end. Let me see what else we got here. And also the Donna de Servizio said maid, help, errand, housework, employed woman, female co-worker, gift, favor, development, progress, improvement, something valuable or worthy, something noble. So again, wishing there'd be some kind of development, wishing there'd be some kind of progress or improvement in a situation, or again, realizing the value of what we had that we took for granted. You know, perhaps again now feeling stuck, or in our shoulda, woulda, couldas, or I shouldn't have been unfaithful. You know, whatever it is here. There's some depression, anxiety, regrets, and obviously lies, secrecy. Something that was no bueno, as they say. Now, for the feminine, what she's thinking is Nine of Wands reversed. Oh my God, 47 minutes. And the Six of Pentacles. Now, obviously, Nine of Wands upright is somebody beaten, battle-weary, like defensive, scared even, on guard, protecting themselves, again, because they've probably been hurt. On the reverse, you know, being on edge, being defensive, being hesitant, a little paranoid, a little afraid, again, taking a leap of faith, unable to trust something, hesitant in making long-term commitments, feeling overcome with responsibilities, feeling like you have a lack of support or a lack of resources, financial skills, time, in order to deal with whatever challenge might be ahead. Fear of commitment or responsibility, or feel the responsibility might be too much. Again, not sure if we want to deal with a situation again with someone we can't trust, with someone who hurt us really bad, someone who wasn't accountable for their actions, someone who let you sit in your pain for a long time and didn't think you were worth worth the effort into trying to help you heal, or help a situation heal, because again, they were probably preoccupied with their current situation. So when they thought they were winning in that, you weren't worth the time of day. But now again, after realizing their mistakes, now they want to come back, but there's uncertainty here. We don't know if we want to deal with that again. We don't know if we can. We don't know if we should. You know, again, being on edge, defensive, locked in old habits or behaviors, dwelling on the past frustrations, and the need to let go, to not make assumptions or hasty judgments, need to go with the flow, release the pressure. Again, this is fear here, fear of give and take. Because we have the Six of Pentacles. Again, maybe somebody was given to someone else and ignoring you. You know, fear again of a relationship that's going to be unbalanced, or again, questioning why this person's all of a sudden giving, or wondering if you could give to a situation again. It's about harmony, balance. This is also about borrowing money. Don't become dependent. So it's again, it's to make sure that you know. And we have giving and receiving here too. We have giving, receiving here. We have giving, receiving here, and we have codependency here. So again, be aware of what you're dealing with. Be aware of the lessons of the past. Be aware of the mistakes that you made in the past, and perhaps allowing someone to take advantage, to take more than they gave. Again, this is a big lesson for the feminine. Boundaries, self-love, self-respect, not to tolerate things, not to make excuses for people, not to enable people in their karma, because there's a difference between being supportive and being enabling. And supportive, enabling usually is something that, a situation that just doesn't change because the other person doesn't put any effort in, but they make a lot of excuses, or they use gaslighting or whatever it is to try to keep you in the giving and in the slack. It's there needs to be a definite balance that you have within yourself, and how you think about relationships. Again, don't allow someone to take more than they give. But there's also a question here on whether or not this is genuine, that this offer is genuine. Let me see if we can do Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. We have the same two cards, Denari, which is about money, investment, or things that are unknown. It's investing in something that we're unsure of what the outcome might be. That's why I was sitting around here wondering if we can get what we want after all this time, if something is worth the investment. This is on the Six of Pentacles. And then we have the female lover in the reverse, just like we had the male one over here. There's the thing, the unrequited love kept coming up, that there's not enough because, again, people may have stopped giving to a situation. The one which was more the feminine, who was giving, and the masculine wasn't engaging, again, perhaps giving to someone else. So the feminine took back her love, took back her time, took back her efforts, and said, I'm not investing anymore in this situation or this person because nothing's changing. They're not showing me any change. They're not showing me any growth potential. They're not even showing me that they give a shit about what they did and how they hurt me. Again, refusing to hold themselves accountable, trying to downplay what they did, not acknowledging this person's pain. And you don't want to invest in somebody who will set you on fire and watch you burn and act like they don't give a damn, or that they didn't use the matches and the gas to light you up. So again, not sure if somebody is a wise investment, because that doesn't seem like a wise investment to make in someone, to open yourself up again to somebody who can do the things that they did and act like they don't care and act like they can just come back in like nothing happened again. That's why these conversations, these heart-to-heart conversations, like talking about what went wrong. What did you do? What did I do? What did we learn? How will we change things from this point forward so that these things that broke us apart, that broke me into pieces, won't repeat? Although there is no guarantee, but at least if you have the talks, you can see if there's any potential there. Or if a person has a conscience about the things that they do. And I think that a lot of masculines do, but they keep it to themselves because, again, that would mean taking off the mask. That would mean admitting to things that makes them in a not so good light. So, again, lying to cover up their lies because, again, wanting to protect their image, even though it was sabotory. It ended up backfiring. So, again, the feminine is not sure if she wants to give her love or invest her love because she's still remembering what she went through here. And she's also remembering the aftermath of that, how the masculine handled that, handled any possible talks that could have happened. Maybe she gave them, the masculine, opportunities to heal a situation. Show me you care. Show me you're sorry. Show me you give a shit. Show me that I matter to you at all. And because they weren't getting that, they pulled back. So that's why now, if any offer comes in, people don't know what to do. Because again, how do you trust somebody again who has repeatedly showed you that they're untrustworthy or that they didn't care about the pain that they caused you? Because again, that would mean for them to hold themselves accountable, and they weren't willing to do that because they've never done that. This is how they've handled relationships and whatever, always with a mask, always in their own self-preservation mode, regardless of the casualties that they leave behind, as long as they came out looking innocent. Because again, if people knew the truth, it would probably not make them be too popular. So again, a lot of people wear masks to hide their shit because again, it makes them look not like such a good person. But that doesn't work, especially if you're trying to get back with somebody, especially when you're trying to heal somebody. You can't gaslight them into thinking that what happened didn't happen. They were there. They felt the pain of it. That's the truth. You're not going to hurt for no reason, right? So to continue to lie or try to hold the mask is definitely backfired here. Well, let me see if I want to do 9 of Wands. Nine of Wands, we have Giovine Fanciulla, we have La Reunion, and then we have Mercante. Now, Mercante in the upright deals with contracts, agreements, negotiations, but in the reverse, it deals with somebody that's shady dealings, someone that you can't trust, someone that serves their own interests, enters into relationships, again, for the wrong reasons. And if this person has a history of that, you're definitely going to question them coming back to you now because they figure it's just more of the same. They went from me, they destroyed me, went into another situation for codependent reasons. Now, even if they've realized their mistakes, they've been shady in the past. So how do you know that it's not this newfound offer that they're making you of now they're attracted to you, now they want to be with you, that if it's genuine? Or is this more deception? More shady dealings? Okay. People, you know what I'm saying? Don't nobody want to deal with that. Let's see, Giovine Fanciulla, let me see again. Oh, Giovine Fanciulla also could be like wondering if we want to be single. It's kind of like the Nine of Pentacles lady. Single or reunite. What do I choose? Fear of again, dealing with somebody who's shady, who can't be trusted, who lies like they breathe. And again, how this person presents themselves to you will tell you all you need to know. Yeah. You know what I'm saying, people? Now, the masculine, how he feels about the feminine in the union. We have healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. But it's also about realizing our wounding, healing ourselves so that we stop hurting other people and hurting ourselves. So we need to heal the root issue, why we do the things we do. This is also about looking to heal this family. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. So it's really kind of like the wake-up call. Don't miss the signs. Don't miss the spiritual guidance you've been getting. Don't miss your intuition. Don't miss out on anything that might be important to help you heal this situation. And then we have trust. The situation's calling for you to have faith. So you need to have faith in yourself, and also trust might be an issue here. Trust is going to need to be regained. How do you regain someone's trust? Well, first of all, you stop lying. Honesty. I'm in touch with my true feelings regarding this situation. Being honest with yourself, being honest with your current situation, being honest with the person you want to be with. Honest in general. Be a person of integrity, someone who has good character, someone who can be trusted, not someone who lives a life of deception to protect themselves at the detriment of destroying others. You know, honesty is your best policy. Always. And then we have sobriety. My clear mind is easily able to focus and concentrate. Be clear in your mind, in yourself. Be clear with other people. And if you've been sipping on the vino or drowning your sorrows in your woes, here, you need to get sober. You need to get a clear mind. You need to get out of, the devil energy. You're needing to heal yourself. Get on a path. Stop being in self-destructive mode and be strong. I pull myself up and do what needs to be done. Be strong. Be courageous. Fight for your life. Don't put yourself in victim mode and try to scapegoat other things. Oh, it's because of this, because of that, it's because of them, it's because of her, it's because of him. Trying to blame everybody else for our current circumstances when really it was your choices, your actions that put you where you are. It's about accountability and being courageous enough to become accountable. Be courageous enough to want to heal yourself so that you stop repeating these patterns. It's about having enough respect for yourself to be a person of integrity, of honesty, of truth, someone who can be trustworthy, and this takes courage. Change, shadow work, accountability, honesty, all of this takes courage, and they're encouraging you to be strong and do what you need to do to change your life for the better. And for the feminine, what she's feeling is retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. So either she's retreating within herself, trying to make sense of things, or she's wondering if, that effort should be put into this and maybe spending some time together and seeing, having some talks and seeing what can come out of this. And then we also have express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So she's wondering if she should, or she's looking for you to, so that she can gain some kind of clarity or figure out what's what. And then we have engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Well, this is what she wants. She wants something better than what's been in the past, whether that's with someone new or in this situation, but nobody's looking to be in a repeat of what's transpired. We're wanting to move onward and upward. And the advice for the feminine is giving and receiving. I balance being generous and receptive because both are equally important. Again, maintaining that balance within ourselves, maintaining those healthy boundaries, self-love, self-respect, equal give and take, 50-50, allowing people to give to you, to show to you, even before you start giving. Allow people to prove before we invest. And then we have quiet. I go into peaceful silence and I listen. So this is all about, again, retreating, going within, trying to follow our intuition, trying to figure out what's what and what to do. And also the advice is present moment. I am fully present in the here and now. They always encourage you to try to be in the present moment because we can't change the past and the future hasn't happened yet. The only thing you have control of is yourself and today. So try to be in the present moment and allow the universe to work with you, through you, to help you be co-creating with it to manifesting your perfect destiny. And the challenge, lesson, or obstacle for people to get through or get over, the Lady of the Gift in the reverse, generosity, receiving, and withholding. And then the Cosmos, creativity and vastness, also in the reverse. Every time I say, oh, maybe this reading will be shorter, it never is. I'm like, I want to do 20 minutes and that's it. Never works. I just have to pick like 3 cards. Maybe that's what I need to start doing. 20-minute readings. That's it. Just this row. That's it. See how that works. Maybe people like that better. The Lady of the Gift says the act of withholding isn't welcome in her world. In fact, withholding information is another way to lie. Are you doing this? Perhaps someone is doing it to you. Withholding something in order to keep you manipulated and controlled so you believe deep down you're not quite good enough. Now is the time for you to address the concept of withholding. If you see this in any aspect of your life, it's time for a change. Giving to others with the idea of getting something in return is also being warned against here. The best way out of this mire is to give with honesty and with an open heart and without expectation. The Lady of the Gift challenges you to be generous and compassionate. You can always start again. Now, this kind of reminds me of, again, they're talking about not being manipulative, no more lying, needing to be honest. Stop trying to control things or control outcomes or control people's views of you by continuing to lie to cover up your lies or holding up a mask or whatever it is. Like, it's got to go. Lying's got to go. Manipulation's got to go. Control tactics got to go. Codependency got to go. In order for you to evolve and to grow. Otherwise, you just kind of constantly be in karma. Also, this giving to others with the idea of getting something in return, like I says, regardless of whatever this outcome may be, don't let that fear of the unknown, well, if I offer my cup and it's rejected, I'm not going to bother to offer it. Because again, you're only offering it if you know you're going to be received. You know, they say, don't let that be the thing that keeps you from opening up, revealing truths, saying how you feel, holding yourself accountable, being honest, looking to reconcile, apologize, get whatever, get forgiveness, whatever it is. Don't let that fear of that rejection hold you back. Again, don't not give because you don't think you're going to get something back. It's still about your own growth. That's still showing growth within you. So either way, it's good. But it also reminds me of the fact that, again, as I mentioned before, when this person was looking for you to hold yourself accountable, when this person was looking for honesty and answers and showing that you cared, the masculine, because again, they hadn't hit this point yet in their current situation, they thought they were winning. They thought, you know, the ends justified the means. They thought, hey, I went after this situation. I got my needs met and my voids filled, so I don't need you, or I don't need to hear your pain or your whatever. I'm not even going to acknowledge it. I'm not even going to admit to the stuff I did because I'm going to make sure that I come out still looking innocent and clean, and they're making it more about your reaction to their actions than actually their actions being the problem. A lot of masculines were using that deflective tactics, again, downplaying stuff. So again, that's why for the feminine, when there was nothing for the masculine to get in return, when this person was just looking for that so they can get some kind of closure or what they should have gotten, some kind of show of respect or care or anything, you know, feeling bad for what they did, when they didn't feel like there was nothing in it for them to give them that, There's nothing in it for me to give you truth, honesty, to help you heal. I'm just going to ignore your pain because I caused it, and I don't want to even look at myself and my actions and the destruction that I caused. Again, refusing to look at ourselves because there was nothing in it with them for them. They weren't willing to give this person what they needed at the time that all this stuff happened. Now that they're looking to get something in return, now they want to come forward. Now they want to apologize. Now they want to whatever because they're looking for something in return. So you got to be careful of that too. That's why people are questioning people's motives. It's like, oh, well, where was this sorry back when you were happy in your current situation? Because again, you thought you were winning when there was nothing going to be in it for you aside from the fact that maybe you wouldn't look like such a jerk. But that didn't even matter at the time because again, we thought we were coming out on top. You know, we hid our lies and deception from this person and we managed to get our voids filled and needs met over here. But again, it all backfired. And that's why it's going to take a lot of effort if there's a possibility to reconcile in this situation. If you let somebody sit in their pain and totally avoided discussing what happened or holding yourself accountable, if you let that go for a long time and now you have you should be afraid. Put it that way, because it may not work out in your favor because you shot yourself in the foot. But for some, it might, but again, it's going to take effort and trust is going to need to be built over time. And you're going to have to back up your words and actions with consistency in order to get this person to even think about opening up to you again or giving this another chance because nobody wants to be hurt. And people look at people's track records, you know, let the record show that I have yet to see any kind of honesty or growth potential here. So you're going to have to put in some work. That's why they're saying be courageous, be strong. And the advice for the masculine is romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So again, don't be fearful. You got to put yourself out there. You got to take the risk. Because there's chemistry here. There's a strong magnetic attraction, especially if you're dealing with soulmate situations or twin flames, because they said there's a spiritual relationship here. Obviously, if there was karma and lessons, it's definitely spiritually based. And then the advice for the feminine is you deserve love. You are lovable. And codependency, addictions are affecting your romantic life. And again, it could be addicted to hanging on to the pain, addicted to fear. Again, two people that enter a karmic situation, they both have their own wounding. They both have their own karma, and they came together to bring that to the surface, to teach and learn from each other. So it's both people still needing to overcome this shadow aspect of themselves. Otherwise, you might find yourself self-sabotaging the possibility for real growth and change and a reunion and an opportunity for a new path, a new cycle to start, because we're still holding on to the same issues that were when we went into the situation. And a lot of it is fear-based. A lot of this stuff is fear-based. So don't be afraid, again, to love again, whether it's with this person or with someone else, because you deserve love. You both do. But again, it's about there's another hurdle here. You know, there's definitely another hurdle here, and that has to be with overcoming our fears, being willing to forgive ourselves, others, and to move on and move forward. Now, I read this one, right? Cosmos. No, I didn't read Cosmos. My fault. Cosmos. It's always an ally, up or down. The cosmos appears always as an ally and never as a challenger. Creativity in all forms is represented by the cosmos. This is a sign to place your attention on creative projects. They will be successful. Remember that all of life is creative and you're always co-creating with the divine. The cosmos also represents the principle of infinity and the vastness of energetic exchange of consciousness, influencing all living things. This teaches us that every intention we set is in fact contagious with the power to influence others. We're entangled at our deepest energetic place, so we can't help but have an effect on others, from an individual level to a global one. This is a sign to remind you to open up to the well of creativity deep within you and be mindful of your thoughts and actions. Both are influencing your outer world. Most important, keep taking action towards your goals as the cosmos responds perfectly to manifest your highest destiny. Expect to be inspired and to meaningfully touch others with all that you create. As I mentioned before, too, finances and career card kept coming out again. If you're twin flames, you might have something that you're destined to do together. That's why this opportunity to reconnect may play a part in your divine path in regards to what you came to give to the world. This is also individually to make sure you pursue your dreams, to believe enough in yourself, to go for things, to get yourself out of financial issues. And also to not give up on your pursuits of whatever it is you're pursuing: love, life, friendships, health, career. Keep going, persevering, don't stop, basically. And on that note, my lovelies, I send you love and light. I wish you healing and luck in regards to this and anything else you might be going through. Please like, subscribe, and share, and leave comments, as I like to read the comments. And until next time, take care. Bye-bye.